During my senior year of college swimming, my coach at Springfield asked if I ever thought about being a coach. And I always loved swimming, and it was always a really big part of my life. But it really wasn't until that point when I thought, yeah, maybe I could really like coaching. So from there, I went on to pursue a graduate fellowship as an assistant coach for my college team when I was finishing my master's of social work. And then when it came to the end of my MSW, I kind of had two paths. I could be a social worker and use my degree, or I could choose something that I was really passionate about. And so I decided I wanted to give coaching a try. And then I made the move to Southern California, and my whole life changed. I enjoyed my experience as a student athlete so much that it's my career. I think back really fondly on my time at Springfield, and it changed my life in a lot of ways. Some of my closest friends are from swimming at Springfield, and it's funny because when I was swimming at Springfield, there was always a fun competitive rivalry between MIT and Springfield. Um, and and funny enough, my last NUMAC championships was here at MIT. So when I walked onto the pool deck for the first time as the coach of this program, it was so surreal. And it was quite an amazing feeling. I feel lucky to be here every day. And being back in the NUMAC conference, it really feels like home. And it is an amazing experience to be sharing the pool deck with my former college coach, John Tafe, and some other coaches in the NUMAC that I've looked up to for years. It's really hard to think of my favorite moment from my first year here at MIT. It was a busy year. It went by really fast. There were a couple of things that really stuck out when I was trying to think of my favorite moment. And the first one was when we were training during IEP. It's always the best time of year. Everybody was working really, really hard, and we wanted to do something to reward them and boost some team morale. So we announced that we were going to do a get out swim. And first, the look on everyone's faces when we announced we were doing a get out swim was priceless. I wish I had my camera so I could have taken a picture. They earned it. They were so excited. And then when we told them it was going to be a mixed medley relay, that was the icing on the cake. It was awesome. They really get up for relays. And so the energy on deck that helped those four people get through that relay was awesome. It's definitely a huge highlight. And then those four people swam wicked fast. So that was definitely a favorite memory during the middle of really hard training and watching the team come together no matter how tired they were. So something that's surprising about the student athletes here at MIT, if they're going to do something, they're going to do it 100%. They're going to go all in and not look back. I always knew or figured at least that students at MIT worked really hard and were really passionate about what they do. But they give it their all with everything they do in the pool, in the classroom, around campus. And even for fun team bonding things. Our seniors last year asked for a scavenger hunt from probably our very first conversation when I got to MIT. So on the last night of training during IAP, the night before their senior meet against Amherst, we decided to surprise the team with a scavenger hunt. And everyone was so excited. Like it went they went loud, and then they got really quiet, and then they got really competitive. And so during that moment, I was like, wow, like it doesn't matter if it's a hard underwater set or if it's an all out sprint set or if it's a scavenger hunt, they're going to go all in and give it 100%. So I really admire that about our student athletes here. What our student athletes do here at MIT is pretty amazing. They lead very busy lives in the classroom and around campus. And they're also really invested in our team. I really believe that balance is key. It's essential to success in any arena on a college campus and life in general. And so when I first got to MIT, I tried really hard to get to know them. And it was a really fast transition. And season started about 3 weeks after I moved across the country. But it was important to know who they are and what they're passionate about and how I can help them be successful. So my coaching philosophy comes from making connections with my student athletes and really collaborating with them on how to make their experience the best it can be. We collaborate on things like training, lifting, taper, balancing academics, other things in their lives. And I really, really believe you can have the best of both worlds. And at a place like MIT, I really want my swimmers and divers to feel valued, like they have a say in how to get the most out of their training, and that they feel like a really important part of our program. Favorite place to relax in Boston or Cambridge away from the pool? I have to say, since my swimming career ended a long time ago at Springfield, I've gotten into running, and so running on the Charles River is still really amazing. It hasn't gotten old, so it's definitely one of my favorite things to do. The best thing I've watched since quarantine started, I have to say, an early favorite quarantine pick was Killing Eve. That was amazing, and currently watching Ozark, and I'm hooked. We're about midway through season 2, so we're excited to see what happens.